This video is brought to you by catbeast.com. Design your own custom snapbacks and hats.
I'm a true champion. I'm willing to go to his turf in Atlantic City. I'm going to step on him. I'm going to crush him. Y'all can mark my word to this.
I'll come in your backyard, baby, for that, my man.
I'm pound for pound the baddest man throwing down.
Number one, baby! Let's go!
Trash talk has always been an aspect of boxing and sports in general. A chance to get inside your opponent's head or to make them question their confidence.
Doesn't matter what you do, how hard you train, what weight you lift, you're gonna lose.
With the rise and success of Floyd Mayweather, many of the modern boxing fans will think of this as the era of trash talkers in boxing. However, coining himself as TBE, Floyd has actually taken quirks and traits from many different boxing icons of the past, turning him into a money-making machine.
We gonna cook him, fry him, dye him, and all the rest.
My name is Floyd. My name is Floyd. My name is Money Mayweather.
After all, trash talk is good business, and never have we seen so clearly that, whilst a matchup between two perfectly matched warriors gets the mind racing, the collision of two brash, bold, and outspoken egos brings the crowds flocking like nothing else. Not just to see the antics and the war of words, but to see which of the two, come fight night, has to eat humble pie. And looking back over a decade ago, we examined some of the sport's most iconic figures, featuring the all-too-familiar mind games, the malice, and the downright arrogance.
I'm never ever gonna lose, blatantly.
Just to see how trash talk has transformed throughout the years.
I'm the real champion. There'll never be one like me.
Please click thumbs up, subscribe, and press the bell button to be notified whenever we post a new video, as we look at the best trash talkers in the history of boxing. Welcome to a Motivedia presentation.
Doesn't matter whether I knock him out or take him to 12 rounds and give him a boxing lesson.
This video is sponsored by CatBeast, an online store where you can create custom embroidered hats at the click of a button. Press the link in the description below and create your custom snapback today. Many people think the trash talk era began with a man who used his slick tongue to transcend the sport.
Ain't he ugly? He's too ugly to be the world champ. The world champ should be pretty like me.
The brash, bold, colorful character that lit up the boxing world back in the 60s for the best part of 2 decades.
George Foreman, and I'm gonna whoop him.
However, looking back further still, to the days where gloved professional bouts were still somewhat of a rarity, referenced more recently by Tyson Fury in relation to being the first recognized lineal heavyweight champion.
It goes back 200 years to John L. Sullivan, and like I say, you got to lose it in the ring and win it in the ring.
John L. Sullivan, known as the Boston Strong Boy, who also played his role in elevating pugilism to the level we see today. With his notorious tagline, "I can lick any man in the house," he too was a natural speaker, performer, and entertainer. And with an uppish swagger, backed by his success between the ropes, he slowly grew into one of, if not the, most popular man in America. The same swagger that, carried through the ages, now reflects to varying degrees in some of today's biggest names.
I am no challenger for no man. I am the lineal heavyweight champion of the world. That means I'm the best of the best.
Trash talk stems from confidence, and some fighters simply overcome obstacles outside the ring that left them somewhat fearless in regards to boxing. None more so than Jack Johnson, the first African-American heavyweight champion. A man who brought trash talk to the world stage, regardless of the culture or lack of at the time.
Send him a letter saying, "You fighting a white man, if you knock him out, we'll kill you." He said, "Just kill my black buggers, I'm gonna knock this white man cold."
An incredible battle against adversity that would only be matched by a man who superseded him 70 years later.
Let's be at the fight. I'm ready to back up everything I'm saying, and I'm through talking.
Widely considered the greatest to lace him up, a man blessed with the sharpest tongue in the game.
Clay comes out to meet Liston, and Liston starts to retreat. If Liston goes back an inch farther, he'll end up in the ringside seat.
Muhammad Ali turned trash talk into a poetic display of wit and sharpness that became somewhat of an art form.
Pecking and a poking, pouring water on his smoking. Then this might shock and amaze you, but I will destroy Joe Frazier.
And though his skills were up amongst the very best of all time, it was the all-round package that Ali brought to the table. A style both inside and outside the ring that has often been imitated but never quite replicated.
I told you, I'm the real champion. I told you, I'm the champion of the world.
Verbal onslaughts that often landed with more force than some of his biggest punches.
Listen, I'm so modest, I can admit my own fault. And my only fault is I don't realize how great I really am.
And whilst trash talk never brought the same harshness or tastelessness that we sometimes see today,
I want a body and he gonna be the body.
Ali's benchmarks set alight the following generation to form one of boxing's golden eras.
All I can do, I gotta go out there and do what I gotta do to teach that lesson.
You can't. Can nobody teach me a lesson? I'm the teacher, baby. I'm the teacher.
We'll
Come on, I'm breaking you up.
A true admirer, the articulate manner even projected itself into the malicious and spiteful outbursts of Mike Tyson, in what are now some of the sport's most recognizable outbursts.
How dare them challenge me with their somewhat primitive skills? They're just as good as dead. I know when I came to this fight, I was the best fighter in the world, and a man live that can beat me.
Similarly, Tony, Jones, and Hopkins were never short of a word or two.
Hey, I'm the champ. I'm the champ. I'm the light heavyweight champ of the world. You want to try me for my title?
Who I am?
You want to try me for my title?
Right. If you're the champ, then who I am?
I don't care who wins. I'll fight either one of them. I mean, I'll fight both of them on the same night if you want to.
All bringing an old-school toughness and willingness to get intensely personal with their opponent. Often, Roy was so articulate, you weren't quite sure if he was insulting his opponent or not.
Because I'm coming to get mine back. And I don't even care about them titles. I'm coming to get mine just cause I'm Roy and I still rule this. Understand? I run this around here, not nobody else.
However, the best and most recent example was Hopkins' fight back in 2011 against Jean Pascal, which turned the fight into an all-or-nothing battle of pride.
I'm going to take his heart, take his soul, and I'm going to make him quit one way or the other. That is so important to me.
Though it wasn't just the Americans that could talk the talk, as Britain's Prince Nassim made shockwaves of his own.
I'm never gonna get beat. Full stop. I refuse to lose. Allah will never make me lose.
Backed up by devastating knockouts.
Blood coming from his nose.
And Ricardo Mayorga, the smoke-puffing, beer-chugging Nicaraguan wild card. A man who would happily throw insults from the first press conference to the final bell. Most of the above names, however, were only truly admired once their time had been and gone, and could be reflected upon from a bird's-eye view. A fact that may or may not be the case for the most commercially successful boxing trash talker of all time, Floyd Mayweather Jr.
You never give me a fair shake. HBO needs to fire you. You don't know about boxing.
A man who truly reaped the rewards from talking himself up, stemming from the basis that fans can love him or hate him, but they will all still watch him.
Easy work. Nobody can fight for you. So no matter what he say on the side, your pops or fat boy, it's me and you.
As just like all those beforehand, Floyd's success inspired a new wave of replication. Most notably, that of Adrian Broner.
I beat Polly. I left with his belt and his girl.
Which brings us on to the modern day assortment of trash talkers battling for the same mental advantage. The likes of Bellew, Fury, and Wilder, who all enjoy trying to manipulate their opponent's thought process.
I know deep in my heart you can't beat me. I know no one can. I'll retire unbeaten heavyweight champion of the world.
Over time, the war of words has certainly become less and less articulate, but the appeal and fascination remains.
I know he likes to quote Bible verses, so I'll let you know he's getting crucified.
And now we have a handful of exceptionally talented fighters who bring the numbers regardless. Hate it or love it, trash talk fills stadiums, and in a sport where fighters naturally seek every advantage possible, it's not likely to be going anywhere anytime soon. Here at Motivedia Funeral Gym, we're all about the excitement. Ricky Bailey and Zainul Abidin have both died on the same day and will be squaring off to see who gets the one plot we have open. So far, the trash talk has been minimal, but we're expecting a stiff competition. This has been a Motivedia undertaking.